Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. This video is a continuation of the previous video of creating triggers. In the previous video, I have given you some introduction about creating small PL SQL blocks to be familiar with the programming in PL SQL. And also, I gave you the syntax of creating triggers and explained how the triggers will be created and why the triggers will be created. The most important thing here is to understand that triggers are created to stay in the database, sitting there, sleeping, waiting for something, waiting for an event. This event could be an insert on a table or update on a table or delete on a table or something like that. So the triggers are responding to an event, so they are not created to be executed immediately. No, they don't be executed immediately. In fact, they are created to sit there waiting for an event to happen, and it could be created, as I explained in my previous video, it could be created to be fired before or after insert, before or after update, before or after delete. In this video, I would like to basically show you 3 examples of triggers that respond to specific events, whether delete or update or insert. So I will start my first video with this trigger and explain it, and then show you how you fire it, or how is it gonna be fired. This is the trigger. Trigger is called display sal change. This is the whole name, display sal change. So create or replace trigger. This is the command, create or replace trigger. You can say just create trigger, but if the trigger name is already there, it's going to tell you, well, there is a trigger with the same name and so forth, and then you have to change the name and stuff like that. So but if you'd like to force this server to replace the already existing trigger with the same name, then you can just add or replace. Okay, so this is why. So it is optional actually, so it is recommended here if you already know that you'd like to change this. So you have to be careful actually including or replace, because if you forgot that you have a name like that, and then this one will definitely replace it. Okay, create or replace trigger. Use capital, but it is not a rule to use capital, but usually, as I told you, try to use the capital for the commands and keywords and reserve words, stuff like that. Create or replace trigger. This is a trigger name, display sal change. Before delete or insert or update. So before delete or insert or update any one of these DML commands, this trigger will be fired on what? On M. So this trigger is only concerning employee table. So if there is an insert on employee table, or update on employee table, or delete on employee table, then fire this trigger. I'm going to show you what this trigger does. Okay. For each row, in this table, do the following. First, declare a variable called saldiff as a number. Just changing it to capital, but it's not a big deal. So saldiff is just a name. Salary difference, saldiff number. Begin. So I have a variable called saldiff. I would like to assign it to this. What is this? Colon new dot sal minus colon all dot sal. Colon new dot sal means the new salary that will be inserted. Colon all dot sal, that means the already existing salary in that row. So basically, in trigger we use colon new or colon all to denote the, with alt we denoting those that already existing. in the table. Colon new means the ones that are going to be added. Okay, so this is clear. So that means I would like to assign the difference, the salary difference, to the old, to the new minus the old, the new salary minus the old salary in the table, and then display this, display dbms underscore output dot put line. I think I did explain it in the previous video. That is, this is to display what is between the parentheses and between single quotation. Here is a string old salary, concatenating it to the old salary. Here is new salary as a string, concatenating it to the new salary. And here is a string called salary difference, concatenating it to the sal diff, which is the result of the new salary minus the old salary. What does that mean? It means if I'm going to insert a new employee, or I would like to update a new employee's salary, then this one should actually give me the old salary and the new salary. Pick up anyone, because this one can work on delete or insert or update. But basically here, let us talk about insert or update. Let us update salary here. This guy, Smith. The Smith is getting 800, okay? So let me update him his salary and see what happens. So first let me create the trigger actually. Just run it. So trigger is created, okay? Then after this, I would like to update emp set sal equal sal plus 1000. So I'd like to add 1000. Where employee number equal, what is that employee number for Smith? Let me just select again, select all from M. I'd like to check the employee number for employee number of Smith, which is 7329. So let me do this statement again. Update emp set sal equal sal plus 1000. So I would like to make this what? I would like to make it 1800. Okay. For this employee, his employee number is 7329. Okay. So I'm going to do this one. So what is going to happen here? This trigger is going to be fired immediately after I do this one, giving me this old salary, which is 800, the new salary, which is 1000, and the difference, which is difference between them. Look at that. I should include select with it. I should all highlight this only. Okay. So the difference between them is 1000. So they're giving me old. So colon old colon old colon old dot sal gives me what? Gives me 800. Colon new dot sal gave me the new salary that I updated, which is the salary plus 1000, which is 1800. And the salary difference is this 1000, because 1800 minus 800. This one, of course, will work also in insert. So if I would like to insert myself, insert into emp values. I'm gonna insert some values like employee number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just put two things here. Employee number, and ename. Let me add salary as well. So three things here, values. So this is name, and I'm gonna give myself decent salary, like 6000. without single quotation, of course, because it's a number. So I would like to give this information to this new guy. So what happens, says, because this is inserted for the first time, guys, okay, so I don't have an old salary, right? But I have a new salary, which is 6,000. And salary difference is nothing because there is no old salary. So what if I updated my salary? Update emp set sal equal sal multiplied by 1.5. So I would like to actually give myself 50% more, okay? Where employee number, what is my employee number? Was 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is the new statement. So I would like to update this trigger. Also fires not only on insert but also on update. Set sal here. Where is equal? Okay, I should put equal here. Equal. Okay, so here it is. Quotation. Where is quotation? And this needs quotation. Update m set sal equals sal multiply by this y employee number equal this. That's right. So now what happens is that the new salary, which is my salary multiplied by 1.5, which is 9,000, and my old salary was 6,000 because that was inserted first, then this is 3,000, the difference between 9,000 and that. This is one example that fires on insert and fires also on update. Let me consider another example, like this example here. I would like to create a table. Let me just create a table first and then explain why am I creating this table. This table, guys, I'm creating it to have to record your grades. Okay, so I'm gonna have the student ID as a number as primary key. This table is called student grades. Okay, it has a student ID, student name, then quiz 1, quiz 2, assignment 1, assignment 2, midterm exam, and final. Okay, so let me just create this table. Here it is. This is a table created. This set is already existing. Let me drop it now. I'm gonna drop it. Drop table students grade. Okay, grade or grades? Grades. Drop table students grades. Okay, what was the table name earlier? Student without S. So here let me just copy and replace this one. So let me drop this table dropped. Okay, let me create it again. I'm gonna create this table created. How does it look like? It looks like this. Describe student grades. This is it. It has student ID, name, quiz 1, quiz 2. Okay, good. Let me go to my trigger and show you how this trigger works. All right. So I'm going to create this trigger, guys. Try to explain it. Alright, create or replace trigger stud marks. So this is the name of my trigger, same like the previous syntax. Okay, create or replace trigger student marks. After insert, so I would like to do it only after insert. I can say after insert or update or delete, but here I would like to have it after insert on what? on student grades, the table that I created earlier. Remember this one? I would like to have it here, which is now empty. It doesn't have anything. For each row, so we do this for each row. In the declaration section, I have two different variables, total and pair, TOT and pair. Both of them are numbers. I don't think that I'm going to use this variable. So I have this total, which is I think I have pair, yeah, pair number, because I would like to actually assign it to the new values. Total equal what? Percentage. This is percentage. Let me just leave it as per, and this is total. In fact, it is average. Actually, this percentage is average, because you would like to see the average by dividing by six assessments. Anyway, total is assigned to what? Assigned to colon new dot quiz 1. That means the new value I'm going to insert in quiz 1, and plus the new value I'm going to insert in quiz 2, plus the new value I'm going to insert in the midterm exam, plus the new value I'm going to insert in final exam, plus the new value I'm going to insert in assignment 1, plus the new value I'm going to insert in assignment 2. And percentage or average is all of these but divided by 6, yani the average of the grades. Okay, then dbms underscore output dot put line total marks tot, yani the total marks is going to give me the total marks, this one, all the numbers together. And then I have an assessment if condition here. If the total marks is more than 90, then display the letter is A. Else if total tot is greater than or equal to 80, then dbms underscore output dot put line letter grade is B. Else if total tot greater than or equal to 70, then dbms underscore output dot put line letter grade is C. You put C between single quote because it is characters. It is a character. Else if total is greater than or equal to 80, then this is not 80, this is 60, greater than or equal to 60, then the dbms underscore output dot put line letter grade is D. Else display that the grade is F. In PL SQL, you have to use end if for every if that you have mentioned. So I have four end if here, end if, because this one will end this one, and this one will end this one, and this one will end this one, and this one will end the first one, and then end will end the whole program, because end and begin are the most important two parts of this. The code between, actually the whole code is between begin and end. The declaration section is optional, I told you, but now I have two variables, total to save the total or to store the total values added together, and percentage or average to give me all the assessments divided by 6. And then here is just if statement, just like you use in every programming language. The difference is that you have end if for every if that you have mentioned in your program. So this is my trigger. Let me execute it and see what happens. The trigger is created. Okay, so let me insert some values. So I'd like to insert some values. Insert into this student grades the following values. Let me just copy two students information and put them right here. Two student information. First, I would like to insert in student values 11, like student ID 11, his name is Ali, 5, 6, 6, 9, 10, 10 for quiz 1, quiz 2, you know, assignment 1, assignment 2, mid-term exam and final exam. This guy is gonna get an F because his values are 56. So this is whenever I insert, because that trigger was created after insert, then when I insert, this one will give me total grade, and this one will give me the letter grade. I haven't used the percentage here, but I can use it if I want. I can modify my trigger to use it, but here it is not used. The total grade only is used with the if statement to give me the total marks and the grade for that. Let me check Khalid. Khalid, he got an A because, you know, the total grade assigned tot equal new colon new dot quiz 1 colon new dot quiz 2 colon new. All of them, these are the values that have been assigned, 6 of them, and then they found to be all of them are 95, and in the if statement it happened to be A, so it is A. So what happened that you insert a new value, the value is inserted into this one, but not only that, it displays values. So if you select all from this one, it will give you the information that you just inserted, these two guys, Khalid and Ali. But whenever you insert, immediately, without you make any calculation, without you make anything, immediately you insert new guy, it will give you, you know, the total grade and the letter grade. So if here you put, I'd like to put my name, and I'm gonna give myself here, for example, 9, 7, 6, 10, 15, and here 33, and see what this new student gets. He got an 80, he got a B. Right now you select, and you see that student has been inserted here, but his grade, immediately after you insert him, you tell you what is the total grade and what is his letter grade. So that was because of this you know, the trigger that was created earlier to give you the total grade here, and then use the total grade in if statement right here to check. Alright, the last example I would like to show you in this respect is this example. So let me just create a table first, table called statistics. Okay, so a table called statistics. I would like to create it. I would like to drop it. It was already, because I was testing it earlier on this one, so I dropped it. So now I would like to create it again from the beginning. So I'm going to create this table. It's called statistics. What does it include? Include table name, transaction name, transaction user, and transaction date. I'm going to put my name in transaction name. In the transaction user, I'm going to put my name. In transaction date, I'm going to put today's date, which is system date. In transaction name, it could be delete or update or something. Table name, I'm going to choose a table in which I'm going to create a trigger on. So what is my trigger? This is my trigger. This example shows you the trigger example. And the example says create or replace trigger instructor before update delete BUD, which is after update or delete or insert. On what? On instructor. I have a table called instructor. So I would like to create this trigger that works on it. Alright. Declare only one single variable called vtype. It is varchar210. then I'm going to use if statement. If updating, there is a function called updating, by the way, and a function called deleting, and a function called inserting. But these two functions can work. You don't have to use logical expression between parentheses. You can just mention the function name updating. If updating, then assign the word update to the v-type, yani make the v-type equal to update. Else if deleting, yani if the function deleting, if you delete from the table, then assign the word delete as it is, like that, assign it to the v-type. Else if end if, this is to end the if statement that you have here. Then update statistics that they will create earlier. Assign the transaction user to the user. Let me put my name here. Let me put my name instead of the user. And then transaction date equals sysdate, which is today's date. Wire table name equal instructor, because I'm doing it on instructor. And transaction name equal v-type. Transaction name equal v-type, it could be either update or delete, because here it depends on which one the user have executed. If the user have executed update statement, then the v-type is going to be update. Else, if the user deleted, then the v-type is going to be storing this word delete. So it's going to be one of them. If SQL %not found. SQL %not found is actually a cursor, built-in cursor that deals with the information that set on the table. So not found means if there is no values that are found in the table regarding these statements. SQL %not found will return true if nothing found on the table regarding the operations set on this trigger, like update or delete. If this is true, then insert. Yani insert into statistic values, insert the table name is instructor. The transaction name is going to be v-type. What is v-type? It's going to be either update or delete. This one is my name. So here let me just put user, no problem with that, but here is going to put my name in case I deleted or updated this table. Sysdate is today's date. Okay, let me try to update instructor. Let me to update instructor. So let me first select all from instructor. Alright, let me select this guy. His username is 110. I'd like to update his zip code. He doesn't have a zip code. I would like to give him a zip code, which is the same zip code, like that. So I would like to update this one. Update instructor. Set zip equal this via instructor ID equal what? Equal the last one, which is Irene Willing. So I would like to put her ID. I would like to put this one. So I would like to update this to put this zip code here, right here. It was null, so I would like to put it. What is going to happen? Am I deleting or updating? I am updating, right? Okay. So it says here, if updating, then assign update to v-type. Yani this v-type is going to be what? Is going to be the word update like that. What is the table name is going to be? The table name is going to be instructor. Yani in this table statistic, which is now empty, after I make this update, there will be a record. That record will be instructor, which is a table name. It's going to be update, which is this v type. It's going to be Mamoon, which is the user, this user, and it's going to be today's date. I'm recording this after midnight, so it's going to be 3rd of April. Okay, so first let me show you that there is nothing in the statistics. All right, select all from statistics, just to show you that now the table statistics is actually empty. You see that? No data found in the table. Okay, good. Now let me do the update, this one only. I would like to update. So there's only one record updated. As I told you, I'm going to show you that record that has been updated, which is this one. I just updated it by putting this zip code. It was empty, then I put this one. So earlier I showed you that the statistic table was empty, right? Now let us look at the statistic table right now. Statistics table is not empty anymore. It has a table name instructor. It has transaction name update. It has transaction user Mamoon. It has transaction date is 3rd of April 2020. So what happens is that this table is automatically updated by inserting into it these values, and the most important thing is v type. Yani this will tell the system administrator, database administrator, that there is somebody who updated this table on the 3rd of April 2020. This guy, his name is Mamoon, and he did it on the instructor table. He updated it, so he can go there to the table and see what kind of update has been done on that table, just for to be sure what happened in the database. Okay, so I don't want this video to be heavier than this. I'd like to stop this video now, and I will upload it for you as more examples of creating triggers. Okay, thank you so much, and then I will upload all these text files as well for you to execute yourself and try them if you want.